Okay, so yes, okay. So yesterday, okay, we spoke about different types of data or basic data types that we have in Python, right? So we discussed about 5 basic data types, which is integer, float, complex. These are the 3 numbers. Then you have, of course, text, which is string, and then we spoke about Boolean, right? Today
Yes.
we'll see what are different operations that we can perform on each of these data types. Of course, they are different data types, so there are different set of operations that you can perform on them. Okay, so to begin with, we'll just start with the basic operations that we do. Okay, or mathematical or arithmetic operation that we can do. So these are your plus, minus, into, division, right? And then you have double division. Okay, it is called as integer division. We'll again see how it works. Then you have double star, which stands for power. Okay, so plus, minus, into, division, double division, power, and then you have modulo. Modulo, okay, though we write as percentage, but it is nothing to do with percentage. It is a remainder. Okay, so when you divide a number by another number, modulo will give you the remainder. Okay, so remainder is like when you perfectly divide, okay, the whatever is left. Like if I divide um, 20 by 7, right? So it is 7, 2s are 14, but 7, 3 would not divide it fully. So we stop at 7, 2, right? So whatever is left, so 20 minus 14, which is 6, 6 is your remainder, right?
Right.
Right. So that's what a modulo does. So let's see an example here. So let's take same value. So I say value 1 equal to 20, value 2 equal to say 7, right? And now I can say value 1 plus value 2. Okay. So this should give us 20 plus 7, 27, right? Then this should be 20 minus 7, which is 13. I can say 20 into 7, right? Which is 140. Just give me a second. Okay, so we're talking about multiplication, right? So this simple star will do multiplication, right? So you have 20 into 7, which will be 140, right? And probably, even uh, division is also as per what we expect, right? So if you divide, you get 2.87 or 857, right? So these are the basic mathematical operation. Now let's understand what double integer does, or sorry, double slash does, or it's called integer division. Okay. Now this one will give us just the integer part. Okay. So when you divide, you get only 2. Okay. It does not round it off. Okay. So if you, even in case, let's say 2.8, it will give us 2 only. Okay. It will just give us the the integer part, not the decimal part. Okay. So you get 2 here. Now you can do double star. Okay, this is the power, right? This is like saying 20 to the power 7. Okay, 20 to the power 7. Okay, so obviously, computer can calculate. And this is another advantage of using Python. It can calculate really big numbers. Okay, so let me try to put some big number and see if it can calculate or not. You see, it can calculate really big numbers, right? And that's why it is also a preferred programming language for scientific calculations. Okay, but let's make it something simple to understand if our expectation, what we say, is correct or not, right? So if I say 6 and 2, it is like 6 to the power 2, isn't it? So when 6 square, or the 6 to the power 2, should give us 36, isn't it? 6 into 6, 36, and we did get 36, right? So this is how double star works. Now we'll switch it back to 20 and 7 or 8. Now next, when we try to do the modulus, okay, Okay, so we call it as modulus. Though we write percentage sign, we call it as modulus, mod. Okay, so here we saw that it's power, right? Power value 1, comma, value 2, right? Now, here we are getting modulus, that is the remainder. Okay, so again, 20 by 8, 8 to the 16, and 4 is the remainder, isn't it? So you should give us 4 here. Okay, so these are the basic mathematical operations that are available here. Now we will switch it to next type of operations, which is your comparison operator. Okay, comparison operator is used to compare the values. Now you see, mathematical operations we can perform on numbers. So this, the whatever we have done works true for integer, float, and complex. So here your input is number and output is also number, right? Input could be integer, float, or complex, and output will again be integer, float, or complex. Comparison operators works on all types of data. Okay, it works on number as well as text or Boolean also. Okay, so here, as the name suggests, we are comparing two values. Okay, so let me take same set of values and let me add one more. Okay, val 3, and I call it as 20. So now when you say print val 1 equal to val 2, now see, we are using double equal to, not single equal to. Single equal to is assignment operator. Okay, that means you're assigning the value, okay, which is on the right side to left side variable, right? So you say a equal to 5, or here you say val 3 equal to 20. That means 20 should be assigned to val 3, right? That's what it means, correct? 20 should be assigned to val 3, which is your variable. That's what it means, single equal to. Double equal to is comparison operator, and it is like checking. Okay, is val 1 equal to val 2? So remember when to use single equal to and when to use double equal to. Single equal to, assign, simple. A equal to 5. So A value is 5. Okay. Double equal to is when you are checking the value if val 1 equal to val 2 or not. So is val equal to val 2? Question mark. Okay. As I said, input can be anything. It can be text also, number also, but output is always Boolean. Okay. So here the output is always Boolean value, that is true or false, right? So what is the answer for this? Is val 1 equal to val 2? Answer is obviously no, right? Val 1 is 20 and val 2 is 8. 20 is not equal to 8. So you should get false. Yes. So we get false here. Similarly, if I do val 1 equal to val 3, we should get true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, second operator we'll see is not equal to. So we are asking, is val 1 not equal to val 2? Okay. Or val 3 rather. Okay. So is val 1 not equal to val 3? And answer will be false here also, isn't it? Because val 1 and val 3 are equal. Val 1, val 3 are equal. So if you ask, is it not equal to? It is false. Okay, it'll turn out to be false here. So it is false. Now you can have val 1 greater than val 2. You can have val 1 greater than equal to val 2. Okay, so you're checking, are they greater than or equal to? Okay, let me make val 3. It's easier to explain that. So val 1 greater than val 2. Val 1 is 20. Sorry, is it greater than equal to greater than val 2?
Yes.
Yes. So it is true. Now here, is val 1 greater than or equal to val 3?
It's equal
Is
to.
val 1 greater or equal to val 3? So obviously val 1 is not greater than val 3, but
It's equal.
val 1 is equal to. So this will also translates to true. Okay. But if I do val 1 greater than val 3, then it will be false,
False.
right? Val 1 is not, they're equal, they're not greater. And similarly, we have less than, right? So we can say print val 1 less than val 2. Okay. You can say print val 1 equal to val 2. Okay. Print val, okay, equal to I've already seen, right? So let's do less than equal to. And val 1 less than val 3. So here val 1, is it less than? No, it is not less than, right? So this should give us false. Less than equal to also false, right? Obviously it is not equal to also val 1, val 2. Val 1 less than val 3? No, val 1 is equal
Yeah,
to, not
equal.
less than, right? So all these three should give us false, isn't it? Right? Last three. So this is called comparison operator, where you're comparing two set of values. Okay, two set of values, and input, as we said, can be anything, but output is always your Boolean. It will always give you one output, which is either true or false. Okay. Next. Okay, that is important for us is called logical operator. Okay, logical operator clubs multiple comparison operators together. Okay, it works on logic basically. So that's, if I make a statement, okay, that Sachin and Sehwag will open the batting. Okay, but in actual, what happened is Sachin and Lakshman, let's say, opened the batting. Now, this is my prediction. So what do you think? Is my prediction correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Yes, my prediction is wrong. Okay, because when I say and, it means I'm going to do both, right? If I tell you that I'm going to do this and this topic, but I do only one of the topic, okay, so I've not met my commitment, isn't it? So and means that you are committing for everything. So when I say Sachin and Sehwag, I'm saying that both of them will definitely, okay? So even if one doesn't, entire thing becomes false. So I might have A and B and C and D and E, multiple values. And if I'm performing AND operator, even if one goes wrong, entire thing will go wrong, right? So if I tell you that I'm going to deliver 100 topics, but I deliver 99, still I have not met my commitment because I said and I will do this and this, right? So just remember that when you're performing and, if one value is false, entire thing will be false. Okay, so possibilities are true and true. Okay, we call it truth table, all the possible possible values. So true and true, it can be false and true, it can be true and false, and it can be false and false, right? When you have two values, these are the four possibilities, isn't it? And except this, everything else will give us false. Okay, last four values we see. Okay, except first one, all the three will give us false, right? So in logical operator, input is also is Boolean, okay, and the output is also a Boolean value. So logical operator and comparison operator will give us Boolean output. But logical takes input also as Boolean only. Okay, so and that we discussed and AND small lowercase will work only on Boolean values. So if I take one example here, let's say, okay, we'll use same these three values. Now, in fact, in Python, you can write, if you have three values like this, you can write them in one single line, like val1 equal to val1 comma val2 comma val3. And then you can say 20 comma 8 comma 20. Okay. So what happens? We have three variables on the left and three values on the right. Now, in this case, number of variables and the values has to be same. I cannot say val1 comma val2 comma val3 equal to 20 comma 8, right? I have to give for each of these three values. So I said 20. So, and it does left to right matching. Okay. So val1 will get 20, this 20, val2 will get 8, and val3 will get this 20. Okay. So this is how you can assign multiple values in one single line. This is possible in Python. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some conditions here. So I'm going to say val1 or val2 equal to val3 and val1, okay, less than equal to val2 and val3 greater than equal to val1 and val2 equal to val3. Okay. So let's say we have statement like this. Then how do we evaluate it? What will be the output? Okay, let's first see by manual calculation and then we'll run and see the output. Okay. So when you say val2 equal to val3, so val2 is what? 8. 8 equal to val3? No, obviously not. So this will become false. So you have and val1 less than val2. Is val1 less than val2? No, this is also false, isn't it? Val1 is greater, in fact, right? So less than equal to will become false. Then you have val3 greater than val1. Val3 is 20. Is it 20 greater than equal to? Yes, it is true, right? So first you have to, when you have this kind of operation, first you have to solve or evaluate your comparison operator first. So val2 equal to val3? No, they're not. So we'll say false.
False.
Okay. Now we need to evaluate. So we'll evaluate from left. So f and f will give you f, right? And f and t will give you f. And f and f will give us f,
Yes.
false only, right? So when you run it, the output of this will be false. Okay. So this is how AND works. Next important one, and we will use this, okay? This is very commonly used, okay? So that's why it is important for us to understand all these three types of operators, okay? Of course, numbers are easy to understand, but comparison and logical, you have to practice a little bit. These are important for us to build our logic. Okay, so the next type is called OR. Okay, again, lowercase OR. Here, even if one value is true, entire result will be true. Okay, so in AND, even if one value is false, entire thing will be false. And here, even if one value is true, entire thing will be true. So one way to remember is AND is like multiplication. So if you have any value, if you multiply with 0, if you have only even if you have 1 0, entire thing will be 0, isn't it? And
Yes.
OR is like addition. Even if one value is 1, then the entire thing will not be 0, which is, it will be not false, which is true. So just to remember, behavior of AND is like multiplication and behavior of OR is like addition. So even if you come across one true, entire thing will be true. Even if you come across one false, entire thing will become false in case of AND. So what are the different possibilities? So of course, these are the 4 possibilities. I'm going to replace and with or. Okay, and when you run it, so you see, even if one true is there, entire thing will be true, right? If one, I mean, both has to be false for it to be false, right? So this is how OR works. And we'll take same example here. Okay, and let's try to replace and with OR and see how it works. OR. Okay, so we'll just copy this. Value 3 equal to value 2? No, right? So this is false. Value 1 less than value 2? Is it less than value 2? Value 1? No. So this is also
False.
false, right? Value 3 greater than value 1? Value 3 greater than value
Greater
1?
than or equal to.
Equal to, yes, they're equal to. So it is true.
True.
Value 2, value 3? No, they're not equal. So false, right? Since we have all OR, we have one true, everything will be true. So F for F is F. F for T is T.
T.
T or F
TRF,
is
T.
T, right? So when you run it, the last answer should be true, isn't it? So this is how OR works. Not as simple, not okay. So and OR works on 2 values. So you'll have one on left side, one on right side, right? So val 1 or say true or true. So you have OR operator and then you have one value on left of OR, one on right of OR. So it needs 2 values, okay? OR needs 2 and needs 2. Not needs only 1. So 2 possibilities here. So not true will be false and not false will be true. So if I take same thing here, okay, I take same thing and what I do, I will put this in another bracket, okay? And before bracket, I'll say not. So this entire thing will be evaluated to true and then I'm saying not true, right? So you get false here, right? So this is how not works. Not will have only one set of value on the right hand side. Okay. So yes, now let's combine and OR and see. Okay.
Swapnil, I haven't understood it.
Tell me where you haven't understood it.
So the in between bracket, how is it coming out to be true?
Where line number?
46.
So what is this? This entire thing? What did we get here in 42?
True. True. The answer
True.
we got is true.
Correct. So answer is
But oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's for or. Okay.
correct. So yes,
And same we can do for and if we have and,
of course,
then the answer would be
opposite. Not will always
Yeah.
give you opposite. So this was true, isn't it? So not true gave us false.
and if it had been and, the answer would have been false
Where?
in the 46.
So you have 34 here, right? This is you have and
Yeah,
here,
yeah, 34. Yeah, 34.
right? So this is and this is giving you false, right?
False.
If I put
Yeah.
not false, it is true,
True.
right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not is outside. We are putting a, so when you see bracket, it's like Bodmer's rule, right? Mathematics. We
Mm-hmm.
first perform the bracket, then we perform
Yeah, yeah.
outside thing, right?
Yeah,
If I
understood.
don't,
Yeah.
if I don't perform, if I don't give a bracket, then this not is only for this one.
Mhm.
Okay, if you don't give bracket, then not will be for this one. Val 2 not equal to val 3, equal to val 3 is false. So not false will be true. So this will be true, right? So, so that's why we put bracket, because we want to perform entire thing not.
Yeah, understood.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
sure. So yes, these are different operators that we need to know. And there are a few more which we'll learn as we go along. Okay. There's called membership operator. We'll talk about it when we go to uh, loops. Basically, when we talk about loops, we'll talk about it. Okay. In, not in. Okay. We'll see that. Okay. So we will take one example. Okay. Before we move. All right. Have you heard of quadratic equation? What a quadratic equation?
Yeah.
Quadratic equation is where you have x power 2, isn't it? Cubic would be where you have x cube kind of thing, x power 3. Quadratic is equation where you have
Square root.
square, right? So your question would be something like this: ax square,
Plus bx plus c.
yeah, plus bx plus c. Okay, so what they'll say is, okay, find x when a equal a, b and c, a, b and c are given. Okay, so you'll be given some value. Okay, a equal to 5, b equal to 3, c equal to 7. So what is the value of x? Okay, so sorry, this is equal to 0.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So this is equal to 0. So ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So find x when a, b and c are given. Okay. So there's a formula here. So formula is,
Minus b plus
first
minus
you have to
x.
find, first you have to find discriminant, isn't it? Discriminant is b square minus 4ac, correct? And the solution is, so this will have two solutions. Since we're doing x square, okay, root will result into plus and minus. Okay, so this will have two solutions. Okay, so it is minus b, okay, minus square root of d, right? And divide whole thing by 2a, whole thing. So we'll put bracket here. This is one solution.
Minus b plus next.
Correct, correct. So solution 2 is plus here, plus square root of d by 2a. Okay, so so these are the two solutions for this quadratic equation. Let me search for some quadratic equation, okay, problem, and we'll try to solve using our Python example. So quadratic equation. I mean, it's about writing the formula correctly. Okay, that's what I want to show you. Let's look at image. Okay, let's try to solve. Yeah, see, this is the formula, right? Minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac, root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay, so here a is 6, b is minus 17, and c is 12. Okay, so here we have a comma b comma c equal to 6 minus 17, 12. 6 minus 17 comma 12, right? So what is the value of x, right? So it is 6x square minus 17x plus 12 equal to 0. What is the value of x here? So first let's calculate d. D is b square. So b into 2, isn't it? This is b square minus, okay, 4 into 4 into a into c, right? 4ac, b square minus 4ac. BODMAS will take care of it, right? So b square will be calculated first and 4ac will be calculated next, and then your minus will be done. Now solution 1 equal to minus b, correct? And minus, okay, minus b minus square root of d. So how do we find square root of d? See, square root is given by 1 by. So when you say, square is x to the power 2. And if you say square root, it becomes x to the power 1 by 2. 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 is 0.5. So you will say here d into 0.5, right? So anyway, this will be done first and then minus b. And this has to be divided, right? So we need to put a bracket here. So calculate this and divide by, again, bracket 2 into a. Right? So this is our first solution. And then second solution is going to be just add plus here. Right? And now we can say print, and we'll use F string. The solutions for the given quadratic equation is, okay, and then you say solution 1 and solution 2. Hopefully we got it right. Let's see the answer. Okay, it says 1.33 and 1.5. Okay, 1.33 and 1.5. Is it correct? Let's try to substitute here. Okay, let's try to substitute. So, or we can directly do check. Okay, ax square, isn't it? So a into, okay, and check 1. Okay, there are 2 solutions, right? So in first case, x is 1.33. A into 1.33, okay, 333 plus b into, okay, or rather you can say solution 1, right? Instead of typing 333, let's say solution 1. So a into solution square, isn't it? So ax square. So this is x, solution 1 is x. So x square, a into x square plus b into x plus c. Now this should be equal to 0, right? And the solution 2 is, okay, checking 2 is where your x is now solution 2, right? So I'll say solution 2, a into solution 2 square into b into solution 2. And both should result into true. So print f, checking if both the checks are 0. So check 1 and check 2. Let's run and see. So yes, it is 0, right? 1.7 into 10 power minus 15. So it's like 0.000000000 15 times zeros and 1, right? Obviously it is equal to 0. And second is anyway equal to 0. So this is how we can solve quadratic equation. Okay, it's more about writing those arithmetic operators properly, right? Sometimes you have to use bracket, sometimes you have to use, you know, square root and things like that. So yes. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, one more thing which I wanted to do here, but I missed. And I thought, okay, then let me finish this and then we'll come back here. So we had written this and or, but we have not solved it yet. So let's try to solve it. So I told you, right, when you have and or, okay, and or, then first it is and that takes preference. But before that, we need to solve this, right? So we know val2 is equal to, this is false, val1 less than val2. No, this is also false, right? Val1 is not less than, okay? And val3 greater than val1 equal to, right? So this is true and this is false, right? So you have and or, right? So and is like multiplication. So obviously and is what we will do before we do or, right? So here we need to evaluate this one first, right? Very similar to, what do you think 2 plus 2 into 3 into 3 will give us? What is 2 plus 2 into 3?
8.
8.
8, right? Because multiplication should be done first.
Before
So
addition.
yes, so same thing.
Bottoms.
And should be done, yes, exactly, bottom. So and should be done, and has a higher precedence over or. So F and T should be done first. So F and T will result into F. And now since everything is F, you get F only. So, you know, F for F, F, and again F for F, F. Okay. So yeah, so it is applicable in logical also, and takes higher precedence over or. Okay, so with that we finish our operators. Okay, you should be able to write any simple program by now. Okay, any questions so far? So in that case, we will stop.